Man, it's been a long time. It's been a long damn time. But hopefully somebody will join. Find out. But I don't know. I don't ever have an aim with videos, with live videos, I should say. I like to kind of freestyle 'em in a way, I guess. Um, Hello to whoever just joined the chat or the live, whatever. Um, but I guess I'm just gonna, I don't know, kind of just talk about everything, you know. So if anybody wants to screen record this, by all means do. What's up, 12? Um, but screen record it because I guarantee you it's gonna get taken down. At least from the shit that I'm gonna talk about. Because I'm not holding back. I don't have the time to censor myself and whatever. I just want to talk. What's up, Wes? Mr. Wes in the building. 12 in the building. It's been a fucking minute. It has been a minute. But I just ain't been feeling it. I just have not been feeling it. And honestly, I keep getting pulled every so fucking way. Um, Mainly with IG and this scam, rapper scam, Ponzi scheme bullshit that's going on. But I noticed that the last video I just did, um, the End Times Productions video, it's now disappeared off of his page. So I can't imagine that it's gonna last much longer on my page. But hopefully it will. I still got the video in my whatever, my memory card or internal storage, whatever the fuck it is. Um, but it I just I'll tell you this. I'll start it off like this. I had somebody that I really care for. I explained to them. Yeah, isn't that weird? It says one person. Well, it says two people now, but yeah, fuck you too, man. They're a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, I told I sent a message to somebody who is very, very dear to me, and they turned around and they understood it, and then they decided to speak that to somebody else. And that person a month ago was like, "You're fucking nuts. You're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't believe it." And then a month later, they come back to her and they say, "You know what? You were right the whole fucking time. You were right the whole time." So she called me and just wanted to thank me and and tell me, no matter what you do and how much you think's not happening, that you're doing something right. And it made me feel good, But this was the whole thing with the PCR test, and I'll explain it. The inventor of the test said in a video, you can clearly see he's saying it, it's clearly coming out of his mouth, that the test is not misused, it's misinterpreted. And the way that it's misinterpreted is, well, I'm going to explain it. So the PCR test, all it does is amplify whatever sample of DNA that it has in whatever the machine is. I don't know, and it amplifies it to whatever you set it at. And wherever you set it at is where it's going to be able to become visible, so you can measure it, look under it in a microscope, yada yada yada, so that you can work with it. You can study it, learn about it, whatever. Um, so the problem with them using this and being able to control who is sick and who is not sick is depending on the person and how high you amplify it will depend on if it shows whether you're positive or negative. So, for instance, I'm just gonna make up fucking numbers just so to make sense. Let's just say 50, at 50, level 50, it in my body, they have to amplify my DNA to 50, which I don't know what that even is, but I'm just trying to give you context. Um, it'll show up in my system as far as me being sick, which is bullshit because all it's doing, like I said, is amplifying DNA. And if you amplify DNA enough, you'll find everything. You'll find HIV, you'll find, a cold, flu, H1N1, whatever, because we're all stardust. We're all made up of the same shit. I mean, of everything. And eventually, we have at least one molecule of everything, every virus, every whatever in our body. It's just not um it's I don't want to say it's dormant, but it's just a part of us. It's not like it's a ticking time bomb and it's waiting to explode. Um um so what they do is, from what I've been reading, certain states or counties or regions, whatever, um their rules to amplify are only at a certain point. Like let's just say, in I don't know what it is in Maryland, but let's just say Maryland amplifies it to 35, but Florida amplifies it to 50, and then maybe Oklahoma amplifies it to 75. So at that point, the higher you're going to amplify it, the more people you're going to find positive, even though it's not a real positive. It's a false positive. I guess that's how you want to label it. Um, and in that way, they can simulate an outbreak and simulate people being sick. What's up, Black? My man Rasta. What's good, yo? But they can choose whether to amplify. I mean, think about it. If you have a test that you can misinterpret data, and depending on how much you amplify it, will show that you're either positive or negative. You can control the whole narrative. I mean, you can literally be like, okay, well, Maryland's gonna get an outbreak, Oklahoma's gonna get an outbreak, Kansas is gonna get an outbreak, Arkansas is gonna get an outbreak, whatever. And then you set the rules. Well, they can only amplify it up to 60, 75. I don't know. Whatever the fucking. I don't know how the machine, how to use the machine. I never used it before. I'm just going off of what I understand. But they can simulate an outbreak. Now, the problem with this is that it's a perfect setup. And what I mean by that, yeah, my day was good. Yeah, I took off work and I've been fucking relaxing, trying to gather myself. Like some days I just wake up and I'm like, I'm not doing it today. I'm just not doing it today. I just don't feel it. Um, but what was I saying? Um, oh, so the problem is that we're all proving that this is all fake as far as what's happening right now. But the problem is that eventually they have bio weapons that they're going to unleash. That's going to make a lot of people sick, and it's going to be survival of the fittest. At least that's how I look at it, because it, they're evil people. They're not going to take it lightly. This is going to be Hunger Games in real life. I mean, that's the only reason why I believe Hunger Games was ever made, because it's showing you what we're about to go through. Now, it's not going to be the exact same thing, because obviously they make it fantasy so that you don't understand that they're showing you what they're showing you. But if you take everything that happened generally in that movie and put it towards what's happening now, it's exactly what's happening. There are food shortages, which is bullshit. You take the food shortage line, the conveyor line or whatever, where every company is, every person in that buddy system or whatever you want to call it is important, um,
to get the food where it needs to go, or the product, or whatever it is. And if you cut off, you know, something in the middle, something, or something in the middle, or something at the end, or anywhere in between except for the last bit of it, or maybe you could even do that too. I don't know, but if you cut off the truck drivers who are delivering the food to uh, whoever, and they can't get the food there, well, then the farmers can't sell their food because nobody's gonna fucking buy it, and then at the same time, it's gonna go rotten, so they're gonna have to just throw it away, you know. Um, but that's what's happening with food. Same thing uh, with cash. Apparently, I just watched an interview with it was a Vlad TV interview, and this dude, can't remember what the first name is. It's John Cardone, or I don't know, maybe it's Cardone. I know that for sure. And he said that in 2020 we have printed, I think one out of five, is it one out of three $5 bills have been printed in 2020. We have printed so much money in 2020 that it doesn't even compare to all the other years before that. It just shows you the inflation, um, or that they're how they're inflating it. You know, it doesn't look like it's being inflated because gas is still, or milk is still cheap, food is still cheap. You know, but what they're doing is they're taking your value of the currency and they're ruining it. You know, so back then, $2 million in the '50s, you know, now would be $20 million. I'm just guessing, you know, but you get the different, you get the gist of it. Um, but food shortages, money shortages, coin shortages. Like I don't know if everyone's seeing that, but I'm seeing it all over the fucking place. We're having a coin shortage. We're having a coin shortage. No, they want you to turn in your coins so that they can make way for this digital currency, which is apparently it's called Ripple or Rupel. No, it's Ripple, I think, and I think that's the the digital currency that um, the royal families are buying or the rich people are buying. What's up, Dice? What's good, yo? Um, but this is how they're doing it, yo. And then not to even mention uh, this VACCINE is specifically going to kill people, but for the people who don't die, it's going to uh, it's going to destroy any way of you being able to procreate. And from what I understand, they're trying to destroy, um, make everybody infertile. I think within 3 generations, so that the old people die off, um, and they're left with the best of the best, so to speak, I guess, so that they can use those people to control them, so that they can use those people to be their slaves, essentially, you know. And they don't want us because we know too much, and they want the people who are completely fucking asleep and have no clue what's going on because they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is fun! Yay! Give me the vaccine! Yeah, I want the digital marker, and yeah, I want to go to concerts. I'll take the vaccine." I mean, prime example is DC 101. Elliot, whatever that guy's name is, Elliot in the morning. It's all he does every morning, rant and rave about how he can't wait to get it. I don't care if I get sick for a week, I'm getting it. You know, I want to be able to go out and da 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 da. Completely disregarding like what could be happening, but he's paid to be an idiot. He's admired as the idiot, you know, the obnoxious, rude, ignorant radio talk show because he's funny and he's random and whatever. You know, I get it. It's all programming. Um, but I mean, let's just take this shit that's going on now at the in DC. They broke into the Senate House or whatever, or I think that's what it was. I don't know. I wasn't even paying attention to it. It's like, oh, and I go off the narrative of let's just agree for hypothetically that Donald Trump is going to save this country. What better way to sabotage is by placing people in Trump attire and coaxing the mass of people to bum rush this federal building or government building or whatever it is, and to start vandalizing and breaking in and all this other shit. Um, it only takes a few people to set an example, and then monkey see, monkey do, and then look what happened. You know. But it's funny that you can't go to work, you can't open your business, but you can go protest with millions of people. It's like that alone should show you that there's no virus out there. Because if that was the case, if it was so motherfucking deadly, all those people would be dead. All of them. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I still walk by, like if I go to a grocery store, you walk by older people, they like freak the fuck out, and I just sit there and like laugh. It's sickening. Not to mention the reason why we're all wearing masks is so that surveillance has the ability to just scan your eyes and doesn't have to worry about any of this. It's covering up 90% of your face, 60%, 70% of your face, whatever, so that everyone is being scanned and digitally remembered by AI of how their eyes are, what their eyes look like, what color, how they look. You know what I mean? You're being mapped out so that you can be constantly surveilled for the rest of your life. And if you get out of line, they'll be able to fucking eventually be able to tell you that, hey, in the future, next Monday, you're gonna get angry and you're gonna decide to, I don't know, shoot a bunch of people, and then they arrest you for pre-crime, just like the movies. It's the reason why they show you that. It's the reason why it's all happening that way is because it's all real. Much as people don't want to believe that shit. But everyone, and don't get me wrong, wearing the masks have plenty of other reasons, whether it's breathing in your own bacteria, constantly breathing in your own carbon dioxide. Yeah, it's going to ruin your immune system. Definitely will. But in a nutshell of things, it's gonna, good God, I can't feel my feet. Oh, shit. In the grand scheme of things, you're being trained, or the AI is being trained to view you with just your eyes and not your face, or rest of your mouth and everything. Because I guess apparently it's easier to just have them scan your eyes and not your whole face. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it to me it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You can't call that juice in here outside. You go out back?
I mean, I'm not going out back.
Oh, right,
No, you're
I'm
good.
about to run to the store real quick. There's nobody else out there.
All right. My bad. Yeah, it's fucking going down right now. I don't know if anybody else wants to chime in. I'm sorry, I haven't been really paying attention to the text. But it's I don't know. Any of y'all familiar, like, besides this whole COVID shit? Any of y'all familiar with this scam? This hip hop Ponzi scam bullshit going on? Like, I think we're literally exposing all of the industry and many more parts of the industry. It's that big. It's literally every artist that isn't famous anymore in the spotlight. They're all being exposed because they're all fucking stealing, scamming money from us. And we have gained so much traction. Makes me so happy because I'm sick of being threatened, and I'm also sick of my fucking I've only had one page deleted, but I have a feeling this page that I'm on YouTube, not YouTube, but Instagram now, is going to be deleted eventually. But I'm talking about that on Instagram. I might speak about it every once in a while on here, but Like, even though it's important for me to speak about it, I try to speak about shit like this as far as what's going on in the world because it's more important. At the end of the day, nobody gives a fuck about who they're scamming because it really, in the grand scheme of things, it really doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Um, I don't know. It's just like I only choose to put so much energy towards it, and I'm not gonna have that be the main thing that I speak about and dive into every single day. It's just not worth it. It's really not. Especially when, not that I need something out of it, but I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart because I believe to stand up for what's right. But it's tiring. Especially when you don't have the resources and you're living fucking paycheck to paycheck and you only have the means of doing certain things to be able to make it get out there, and then when your page is deleted and you have no followers anymore, it's even more discouraging because now you got to start all over again, which is cool because I'm down to start all over again, whatever. I'm not really worried about it. I know that eventually it'll be back to where it needs to be. That's cool. Eventually people will find me. um it is what it is. It really is what it is. But what's happening in y'all's towns? I mean, any fucking sign of lockdown or any word of lockdown? Because I know Scotland got locked down, England's locked down. The only place that's not, damn it, I'm not gonna remember. Oh, Sweden. Sweden is completely wide open, and I was listening to Gematria, Zachary Hubbard, whatever. He has Gematria News, Gematria Effect News. He was saying that this caller called in from Sweden and was like, "Hey, we're not locking down. We're completely wide the fuck open." But they've also already switched over to digital currency and apparently are starting some program to block the sun. And it's starting in their town, I guess, as an experiment. Um, and I believe maybe they're getting a pass because of what they're about to go into or whatever. But let me hear what's going on with y'all. Oh, true. See, here, I mean, I guess I thought we went to, I don't know, half or quarter capacity, 25% capacity. I'm not sure where we're at now, but I don't see much of a difference other than you can't fucking do anything, which is the most irritating thing. And it's not like I'm going out to do a bunch of shit anyway, but it's just, it feels good to have the choice of, hey, I just want to go somewhere just to clear my mind, But never had it locked out of Tennessee. It's just crazy how certain areas are doing certain things and everything's different. You know what I'm saying? Zeus, come on, dude. Zeus. Come on, Goose. Yeah, it's crazy though. Is that like, okay? So then like for the states, nobody goes to the clubs. No, there's no concerts going on. There's none of that shit going on. But then if you look at, I want to say it was New Zealand. They're fucking full out, huge, huge venues and everything. Because they don't have any, quote unquote, don't have any COVID cases, which there obviously could be a reason for that, but I really don't know. What's up, Deb? You were just out there, and now you want to fucking leave my room. This is how it always happens. See ya. Nobody's out there. Sure you want to leave? Sure? I'll leave it cracked. Fucking asshole. What? But yeah, shit's hitting the fan. I would advise, everyone. I know everyone doesn't have, nobody's made of money. A lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. But if you can grab water and food, please do it. Because, yeah, New York and Cali are like I want to say that New York is like always going to be one of the first places to be shut down, just because it's a city and they want to make it look as real as possible. As far as, oh my God, it's made it to the city, we got to shut it down because it's going to spread like crazy because everyone's on top of each other type shit. And yeah, see, here you come again. You know, I hate when you do that. Go out there, do what you need to do, and you come back in. Little brat. My little turd. That's my little turd. What you do, a little poop? Hmm. You so cute. Weirdo. But just relax, alright, buddy? It's gonna be alright. um but yo, it's just it's fucking stressful. It's fucking irritating. It's stressful. I guess the most irritating part about it all is it's just people still think we're crazy. It's amazing. It's really fucking amazing. Like my boss, great guy. He's a wonderful dude. I love working with him. You know, I would stick my neck out there for him. He's a good guy. But if I speak anything that's like out of the ordinary, it's, oh Lord, here he goes again. He's fucking nuts. He's crazy. He's crazy. And I just give up because I'm like, I don't have time. I don't have time to invest to sit here and talk to you for fucking 3 hours, especially if you're not gonna listen. So I always try to just fuck with them. But I keep telling him, I said, dog, you think I'm crazy now? Just wait till it's mandatory and you get that vaccine. You know, and something bad happens. You know, not God forbid, but just wait. Wait till a bunch of people start dropping like flies because of this shit. Or maybe it won't happen. Maybe it won't. Maybe that's not the whole point. Maybe the whole point of it is to hype everybody up, and then once they realize that it's not happening, then everybody gets comfortable and goes and gets it. You know, but at the same time, people don't understand what that thing is doing to you, what the ingredients are doing. You're literally putting blind faith into another human being or human beings, or lack thereof for that matter, and trusting them that whatever is in that concoction of shit is going to be safe for you. What people don't realize is that this is a new vaccine. It's using synthetic DNA or RNA or whatever it is, mRNA. Um, and what happens is those, let alone the DARPA hydrogel that's in it, they're giving you, they're restructuring your DNA so that you're not fully human. And if you're not fully human, then natural laws don't exist in some way, shape, or form. And then at the same time, if they patent these things, and now it's living inside of you, it's now a part of your DNA, then now you're patented. You're a patented being. You are now, and you are owned without even knowing it, not even fucking realizing it. You're owned now. 12. But it's just crazy. Like, I've always thought that way since don't get me wrong, I've been vaccinated a few times, but it was because I was young and my parents thought it was the best thing to do. But you can put a bullet in my head. I'll take the bullet before I take a vaccine. I'm sorry. I know that's probably not going to happen that way, but if I had a choice, give me the bullet. You know, because I know the consequences of taking that shit, and people don't understand it, and I get it. People don't want to understand it. People just want to go back to normal. But what people don't understand is it's never going back. Never going back. Never. It's never going back. I haven't had any vaccines.
but it's never going back to normal. People gotta understand that this is the big reset. They are putting shit into place so that they have complete control over the currency, complete control over food, complete control over the pharmaceutical industry, the medical industry, and complete control over religion. And everybody's going to be unified in love, but it's all a bunch of fuck shit. It's all a bunch of bullshit. Because, like I said, they always paint it to you as some beautiful, lovely thing that's going to be so great. But what you don't realize is that you're being duped. I mean, and that's like with everyday shit. You know what I mean? It's like the scam shit on a micro level. You have this guy who's faking as a verified artist. Let's just say let's just say, I don't know, Jadakiss, Davies, Fat Joe. There's a bunch of them. And this guy's posing as them, and he feeds you all the shit that you want to hear. Oh my God, I'm about to get my big break, and then in the end, his intentions were completely different, and then you're fucked. But by the time you're fucked, it's too late. You know what I mean? You've already given your money away, or you've already given your freedom up, or whatever the case is, and you're fucked. You know what I mean? And we've got to learn to understand, to see it before we get to that fucked point, because once we're fucked, now it's detrimental. You know what I'm saying? No, I still believe in love too, but it's so hard to find love now. At least for me, it is, I guess, because I don't. I mean, you can't do anything. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? You can only get to know somebody so much over the internet. You never really get to know them fully until you meet them. At least that's how I look at it. Because anybody, just like social media, can portray them as some perfect, I got it together person, and then when you meet them, they're the complete opposite. They're in shambles. I believe it's the same thing with a phone call. You might not, you get to know somebody, but you'll never know them fully until you meet them physically, and hang out with them and really get to know who they are. That's how I look at it. But this is what's happening. I mean, they're portraying this fucking shot as the end all right? As soon as you take this shot, you'll be able to go back to normal and go back to concerts and do this and gather and things. But we gotta give you a reminder that it's not gonna cure you. Excuse me? So why are we taking this again? And the trade is, you take this thing and we'll give you back your freedom. But really, you're not. You're losing more. It's the illusion of it looking like, oh, it's about to go back to normal. But what you don't realize, what you put in your body has now changed you for the rest of your life. I mean, I was, just to be kind of off topic, I was watching this shit yesterday. This Chinese girl was a developer of this VR universe or whatever, and she got so obsessed with it, she ended up pretty much living there every day of her life, and she was making her own religion, and 345 people committed suicide because they believed that they were going to be uploaded into this digital world and never have to worry about being in pain or worrying about the burdens of this world. Like, she was brainwashing all these fucking children and kids to believe that totally emulsifying yourself into this digital world is the solution. You can live forever and live forever happy. But what you don't realize is that you're living in a video game that has been constructed by somebody else, and it's their rules. And whoever has access to those rules can do whatever the fuck they want to you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and just imagine when you are able to upload your brain into some type of interface, and go on vacation mentally. Imagine when the government, the prison system gets a hold of that. Imagine going to prison. You get to stay home, just lay in your bed. We're gonna hook you up to this machine, and you're gonna serve fucking 30 years in this virtual prison. But in essence, it's only gonna be, and 2 hours of your actual reality. But it's gonna seem like it's 1,000 years, or I don't know, 40 years, 50 years, whatever. There's a movie called Other Life. I encourage everyone to go watch it. They'll give you a good perspective of where the technology is going and what they're able to do. Long story short, this lady comes up with some type of eye drop it's black and black liquid. I believe it's some type of nano black goo technology, and you drop it in your eyes, and you fall asleep, and you're transferred over into this whatever she's programmed into that vial, which is what she was doing was making, like, you know snow retreats in a log cabin, or going to the beach, or whatever, was going to see a dead one and spending time with them, or whatever. But once evil gets a hold of it, whole nother story, Jack. Whole nother story. Um, it's good sides, bad sides. But you're saying whose hands in it? Yeah, I totally agree, Deborah. Um, but yeah, I just try to fucking speak as much as I can. I really don't have. I have one day off, and I hate it. Don't get me wrong. It'll be changing back to normal in March, but I want to transition so that I can do this. As my main income. I'm eventually, hopefully, within this month, or I would hope that I can get this podcast thing on the ball, because I'm gonna be hosting a show soon. I hope. I really do, but we'll see. We just gotta get everything in order. They're seeing how the cattle take these orders, and the next move is determined through that part. The people can stop masses, but the masses are weak, and are you talking? Yes, a massa. At least I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah, I mean, these people, or these things, are thousands of years ahead of us, if not. People say hundreds, 200 years. I believe they're way, way far ahead, because they've been studying us. Why do you think they're introducing, like, they make AI video games that map out the choices you make, and the next time you try to make that same choice, it won't allow you to, because it's learned that you're going to make that choice. So it's studying you, studying your behavior. People don't realize it because they're young kids probably playing the game, and it's fun. But all that information is being stored into an AI, and the AI is learning about everything that we are, and then eventually it's going to know everything as far as how society works and how you work individually, so forth and so on. Straight the fuck up. And we're probably close, as far as them, if they haven't surpassed our intelligence to begin with. I mean, now, then it'll happen very soon. I believe so. But in my opinion, I think it's already happened. I really do. They're just not showing it. They're just not allowing it to be seen. Just like many other things that are out there. But I don't know. Trying to think of what else has been happening around here. Something happened. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. I don't know. But
we're being set up, whether it's a simulation now. I don't really believe that there's really something out there. I mean, there's a reason why the flu is down 98% and the common cold is pretty much gone because they took all those symptoms and are now using it and calling it COVID. And and that word in gematria has a type of energy towards it, and whatever energy they're funneling towards it is what the energy is going to have when they present it to you. And at this point, it's this scary monster. And the minute you start to get sick, you're like, oh my god, I'm going to die. It's the first thing you think of. It ruins your immune system, ruins your mind, it ruins your soul. You know, people don't think that it works like that, but it does. It's that easy. You know, if 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 I can constantly tell you every day that you're a piece of shit, eventually you're going to believe that you're a piece of shit because I've now programmed that shit into your brain. You might not really be a piece of shit, but I'll convince you, you know, just like they're trying to convince everyone to take this shit. Trying to convince everyone, uh, you know, to pick left or pick right or or whatever. You know what I mean? You know what other thing too, really off topic? I fucking miss TikTok so much. I miss that so much. I still can't get on it. I'm still temporarily banned. So TikTok, fuck you guys, assholes. Like it can be a crime now when a person say to another, "I'm gonna," uh, a person can call mass intel and the other get in trouble. Yeah, that's exactly right. We have this pussy mentality that we're breeding these new generations into being like, oh, you said something racist. I'm fucking making a video about it and explaining how bad it hurt me, instead of just being like, hey, oh wow, that's how you feel. You're mentally ill. Fuck you. I'm not even gonna talk to you. You know what I'm saying? We're literally breeding sensitive, mindless human beings, and it's fucking scary. It really is. Nobody's tough anymore. Everyone's always gotta be the victim. I'm just sick of it. So you get in trouble now for prediction of you. Yeah, I mean they've already announced that. I've seen an article, whether it was true or not, I don't know, but they've already got pre-crime technology out there. Now it's not everywhere, obviously, but they're probably testing it on, you know, certain populations, you know. But that's that's what I mean by the AI is watching your behavior. It's watching what you say. It's watching how you move. It's watching how you react. It's watching what emotions you use and how you use them and when you use them and why you're using them. And it maps your brain out. It maps your behavior out. It maps the way that who you are as a person up to this point, and it remembers it, and then it becomes smarter off of it. You know, imagine if you could just upload shit like that to a human brain. How smart a person would be. But no, we're uploading it into, yeah, Minority Report. Exactly right. But this shit's getting wild, yo. I mean, I can't imagine living in a fully digital world where we we stay at our house, but if we want to go on vacation, we don't have to connect to Neuralink and be transferred over into some virtual new world that looks real. Can you imagine that? Oh my gosh. Wouldn't know what to do with myself. It sounds cool, and if it was safe, it would be wonderful. But with every good thing, there's always someone who's going to try to use it as evil. Every time.
I mean, if you don't think that, I don't know what world you're living in. I really don't. My mind is a scary place to be. Shit, you and me both. Um, I don't know, man. It's just getting wild. It's getting wild as shit, and I keep trying to explain what I see and how I'm seeing it. How is there eight? Well, maybe not. That makes sense. Never mind. But that's what's happening, yo. It's. I don't know. That's why I always encourage everyone to make videos, whether you're scared or not. It's a matter of life and death. Maybe not now, but in the future, one day. You know, whether it's just a black screen and you want to speak, do it that way. Let's speak out because you're going to reach certain people that I can't reach. And there's going to be certain people that understand you that don't understand what I'm saying. You might be able to explain it easier for them to understand. That's why I encourage everyone to make videos. Everyone. But nobody ever does it. I just continue to say it. Which is cool, I get it. But I don't know. But what is cracking with y'all? I'm kind of running out of juice. Usually I'm good for like a good hour or two. It's only been 45 minutes. What's up, Santa? You got my present? Wait, what? 12? What you talking about? Oh, y'all having y'all own conversation. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. You got STD Santa in here. I don't think I've ever seen him before. What's going on? Well then 12, why don't we let's do something together. I mean anybody. I mean you don't have to show your face. Let's go live on Instagram and just chit chat back and forth about random shit, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like the last live I did on Instagram, I went live with a 14-year-old little girl, and she knows so much shit. It fucking amazes me. You know, I had a great conversation with her. You know, she's a very intelligent person. She met me off of TikTok, and you know we chit chat every our ideas back and forth. Because she doesn't know everything and I don't know everything. You know, she has a different perspective because she's a different generation. It's fucking cool as shit, yo. Like it's just amazing to see somebody that young who sees it at that age, you know. And it took me forever to figure it out. I mean, we could even go. You could download stereo, and we could. I mean, it doesn't have to be like a routine thing. Anybody can do it. You know, you just gotta let me know. Oh, oh, I know who Santa is. What's good, Brett? I haven't seen you in a minute, dog. At least I think that's who it is. Um, but we could go on stereo. Stereo is I don't know if any of y'all know what it is, but you make a topic. You can join. You have to have two people in the topic. It's you. All you see is an avatar of both people, and you just talk. It's like a radio show, and then the people who are listening can send voice comments, and we can make the topic about whatever. But I've always wanted to do that. I think me and Dice we're gonna do that, but we're both. I know that we're both on the same different time zones and shit. So it's hard to coordinate because I don't have much time. And yeah, what's good, Brad? I knew it was you, dog. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. I hope everything's good. Um, but times conflict. Work is conflicting. It's a bunch of shit that goes down. I don't blame nobody for it not working or whatever. It's fucking life, yo. It's fucking life. Yeah, I mean, seriously though, like I would love to be able to have it with any of y'all. It doesn't have to be just one person. We can. I don't know. One day somebody says, "Hey, I'm free. Let's go live on there," and then the next person could be somebody else. You know what I mean? But um, like I said, it's just one of those things with timing. We gotta make sure we both can dedicate at least an hour or two, depending on how much we talk and how much people engage. Um, but we can make it work. It'd be I would fucking enjoy the shit out of that, really, because apparently it's not being censored yet, and that's because I believe it's not being censored yet because there's not a lot of people on it. You know what I mean? And not a lot of people are speaking real shit. A lot of people on there are just speaking a bunch of talking about sex, or some people talk about spirituality. And I've randomly come across people talking about this uh, shit that's going on in the world, but I ended up getting pissed off and deleting it because I was like, nobody talks about good shit on there, and it's just so little of people. And I can't just go live by myself. I have to go live with someone, and if I don't have someone to go in with, it's some random fucking person that they generate and throw in there with me. And who the hell knows if they're gonna want to talk about what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Yeah. See, it. We could all just give our perspective. We can all um, give our opinion on what's happening because when we express those things, shit happens. People's minds, like light bulbs go off, and people are like, yo, that makes sense. So that's why this is happening, or this is why I'm in the situation I'm in, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. I know you know Grandmaster Jay. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I mean we could do that, and at the same time we can literally do the same thing that we're doing here, but just on a different app, and you won't be able to stare at my fucking retarded ass face and watch me talk to a screen. But I guess I'll download it again once I'm done. Once I'm off of here. Honestly, it's been an hour. I mean, there's still 6 people in here, but oh man, my fucking head hurts. But oh, nice. What's up, Evergreen? Nice. I mean, I'm gonna have to download it again because, like I said, I deleted it because I couldn't find anybody who wanted to I guess do a live with me or whatever the case is. I just couldn't I just couldn't find anybody to do it. So I kind of just gave up on this shit. You know what I mean? Man, my fucking hair is all over the place. Every time I get on here, as much as I don't want to say this on live, but I do a little thing where you roll something up and you light it. Makes you look tired. If you get what I'm saying, without saying it.
I mean, I can get off right now and download it. You know what I'm saying? And I just have to make a video saying, "Hey, so and so, this is my." Well, I mean, I already have it. It's Cardo86. I just gotta re-download it because I'm sure it takes it away once you on a, before you get rid of it. That's crazy, 12. That's crazy as shit. See, Evergreen knows exactly what I meant. It's the only thing that keeps me fucking from my head exploding. Send you the link to what, Deborah? The app or my stereo page? What do you mean? Boy, I need to brush this shit. Oh man. I got out the shower and just let it fucking dry. Big mistake. But okay. Yeah, I mean, or honestly, Deborah, you could go. I don't know if you have iPhone or whatever it is. You can just you look up stereo and it'll pull it right up. Um, I wish I had an iPhone so I could get on Clubhouse. I want to get on there so bad and talk to and try to get into these celebrities' fucking pages so I can tell them how the fuck it is, man. It'll be so much fun. God, I'm extremely hot right now. I don't know what it is. Whew. Guess it's my door's shut and it's warm as a bitch in here. It feels good, but it's hot, man. I don't know. Wild heart. All right, cool. Well, once I download it, I'll be Cardo86. I'm gonna download it as soon as I get off here. Clubhouse is an app where only iPhone users can get on, and you pretty much join in a group of like 10 or 15 people, I guess. They all have your own little avatar, and you just have conversations, you know. But mainly, from what I see, it's gotten really big with celebrities. Like I just watched this stupid fucking conversation about them bringing up somebody ended up bringing up this old ancient track that Eminem was got hurt by a black girl or something, and he made a song about all black girls are steal money. They're gonna try to steal your money, and they're all whores or something. It's just completely fucking just dumb as shit. But people automatically jump to the most negative shit. They don't understand that, hey, he was 16. He might have been hanging out with a bunch of fucking country white racist people and did it to fit in. Granted, don't get me wrong, it's still wrong. I'm not justifying it, but to sit here and have people across the world talking about this shit, it's fucking insane. I'm getting mad deja vu right now. Like I've already had this conversation. That's fucking weird. That's weird. But it's happening. I mean, it's a disgusting song, but he was 16 years old, and he could have just broken up with his girlfriend. You just don't know. You know what I mean? He kind of just got pissed. He could have got pissed off. But people don't consider that shit, I don't know, man. Yeah, I think it's stupid. But as much as I would like to stay on, I think I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna relax a little bit. I just wanted to go live again. Something told me to go live. I'm glad I did because a nice bit of y'all showed up. I appreciate it. It's been forever, and y'all still here. That's dedication right there. So I appreciate it. But everyone have a wonderful night. No telling when I'm going to go live again. I'm just going to say that. I don't know. So, Hopefully it'll be soon. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. But until then, I love you guys. Y'all have a good night.